Welcome back, welcome back. Hi guys, welcome back and thank you for joining me. I just had the weirdest thing. We had a 40-minute blackout. I was about to record this video and then bam. So thank you for being here. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I've been a little unclear on which direction to head, how to proceed, if I should proceed making videos when I can. Last time I recapped the season 1 pilot episode of the original Sex and the City. And today I'll be recapping and reviewing the finale episode of season 1, the OG Sex and the City. Tell me how you feel about this recipe. I'm assuming most of you are original SATC fans and are simply enjoying this walk down memory lane with me. So tell me if this is something you would continue to tune in for. Sex and the City recaps of the first and last episodes of each season in chronological order, of course. And if you would tune in, make sure to subscribe, like, and share. I'll listen to you, and thank you for that. All right, here we go. The finale episode of Sex and the City, season 1, is titled, Oh Come All Ye. I can't carry a tune. The title is Oh Come All Ye Faithful. Miranda is dating a playwright who showers after sex. I mean, religiously.
You always get up and shower right after we're done. I'm starting to feel like it's me.
Just a habit I have. Growing up, the nuns told us that sex was a sin, so I just, got into the habit of taking a shower after.
Oh, the nuns.
I was born a Catholic, so it's kind of funny that SATC paints this, stigma on Catholics. And Carrie narrates the episode. That's when Miranda realized she was dating Catholic guy. We all have little code names for those that we're dating, and when we gossip to our girlfriends about them, Dr. Dude, Snaggletooth, Clubfoot, maybe that's just me, but Catholic guy. I'm realizing I should probably leave religion and politics out of my recaps. Carrie takes a walk between her writing sessions and strides past a church where she sees Mr. Big arm in arm with an older woman in chic black, wearing one of those church hats. Big escorts the lady to her chauffeured town car and sees her off. Carrie isn't trying to hide or spy or anything, so Big spots her across the street and they have a friendly encounter where it's like, oh hey, fancy running into you here. What are you up to? Just taking a break from writing, Carrie says, and Big explains the woman in black is his mother, who he accompanies to church each week. I guess this is Carrie playing it cool because she's been pretty bonkers about Mr. Big throughout this entire first season, wondering what he's doing. Is he thinking about her? But when outside of the church, Big asks her if she wants to grab a bite to eat. She refuses. She tells him she's on a deadline. And this is a recurring excuse Carrie uses that I've never been able to finagle into my hostage type conversation. So I don't know, Carrie not making time when Big clearly has the time and wants to spend time with her. Keep them guessing, girl. She's also in high water sweatpants and a Blink 182 fan reject hoodie. Big is in his Brooks Brothers suit and tie, so that might have something to do with her denying the invitation, but I like it. Actually, there it is, plain as day. You always want what you can't have, you see? This show, I'm telling you, it has layers. The gals meet for Cosmopolitans and chatter, where Miranda fills them in on Catholic guy. And in response to Charlotte asking, is he still showering after sex? Miranda says, please, it's amazing he has any skills. It's amazing he has any skin left. Carrie admits she's dying to meet Big's mother now that she's observed him in such a family element, which we know is just Carrie wanting to feel closer to him. Here she witnesses Big being tender and committed and accommodating, things you would look for in a man. And I do feel for her as she's not getting those things from Mr. Big at this point. Big is not transparent, so to speak. He's not offering up anything or any information that she's not already begging for, you know what I mean? But even though Carrie can't see it, we can read between the lines and preempt something is going to happen due to Big's lack of availability to Carrie and Carrie overextending herself to Big. Never a good strategy, gals, but what do I know? Samantha shows up to drinks a little bit late and has a big announcement to make. She's in love with James. Hell just froze over, right? They'll have to ice skate home. James is a guy Sam met while treating herself to a drink at a jazz club. Guys, I still can't bring myself to dine alone. No judgment. But in doing so, Sam meets a great guy. James is handsome, well-groomed, professional, and sensitive. He walks her home and she does not invite him up, which means she really likes him because Samantha's MO is effing without feeling. That's another Samantha-ism I can't seem to master, but I'm gonna work on it. We get some cute parallels with Miranda's Catholic guy as Carrie narrates that Samantha was never a believer in relationships, but is now a convert. Early SATC plays on words were just, golden. Samantha is now thanking Charlotte for her Victorian views on not sleeping with men too early because had she slept with James by now, they wouldn't have been able to make the connection that they have made. Samantha hasn't completely repented though, as we realize she's dying to do it with James. But look, spoiler, her feelings right now have just put blinders on her to any situation where he might not be good in bed. So stand by. Samantha's new outlook on love steers Charlotte into the hands of a psychic because if Samantha, of all people, has found her happily ever after, what the heck is Charlotte gonna do, right? Charlotte has one question for the psychic lady: when will I get married? The psychic and tarot card reader interprets 3 cards, revealing to Charlotte that she doesn't see marriage in the cards for her. Charlotte is crushed by the psychic lady laying her cards on the table like that and seems a bit disappointed that she went to a woman to get a man's delivery of such disappointing information. Next scene, Carrie is dining with Big at his apartment and she brings up her inner conflict. I want to go to church with you and your mommy might be the most painful phrase ever dialogued in Sex and the City. It might be the most painful phrase ever dialogued ever. I mean, if you're going to deliver such a blow, do you have to aim right for the nuts, Carrie? Am I the only one that found that to be a little below the belt? She knows zip about Big's relationship with his mother, but already seems to be demeaning it. Big brushes off Carrie's pseudo-invitation of herself to join Big and his mother at church by telling her it's just a private thing he shares with his mother. Carrie, enough said. You ain't invited, no wine for you, no bread for you. But Big buffers the rejection by asking if Carrie would like to join him and go to the Caribbean. Now, at this point, I'm all in. I can understand not merging of families so soon. I mean, does Carrie even have parents? You guys know what I'm talking about. So yes, please, I'll take a vacation, no mother needed. And Carrie, who spends $500 on shoes every episode, clearly wants Big to pity her poor financial state. As she says, I can't afford a vacation to Mexico, knowing damn well it was always going to be on Big's dime. This part still doesn't compute with me, even 25 years later, Me Too movements and women presidential candidates. Just saying. Miranda is still sacrificing the Catholic guy, and after their latest romp, Miranda said something about his routine and detonated a Catholic guilt bomb. Catholic guy blows up, tells Miranda everything he wanted to tell his parents, his teachers, his priest, the nuns for the last 39 years. Even her isn't enough to change his deep ingrained pairings of penetration and purification. That's water and sex, guys. We know from Catholic guy's rant to Miranda that this is the last time they will be Meanwhile, Samantha and James are steamy, and he tells Samantha he loves her. She decides enough waiting. They feel so strongly about each other and have been sharing these intimate moments and conversations, so surely the sex will be phenomenal, right? Poor Sam. She eagerly jumps into bed with James and finds out she can't feel anything. James's big love comes in a little package. Carrie's narration ties in our overall religious kind of theme when she says something like, Samantha said a silent prayer that James was joking. Great debate, actually. Can there really be true love without mutually enjoyable sex? And let me put a condition on that. With these 30 to 40 something SATC characters, can there really be love without great sex? I think it's art imitating life, but look, I don't want anyone coming for me, so I'm sure you can spend decades with the love of your life, end up in a sexless situation, and still be fulfilled, I guess. Carrie convinces Miranda to accompany her to church to spy, this time, on Big and his mother. Stalker? Bah, bah, bah. Of course, and even though they find seats like in the upper balcony behind Big and his mother and most of the congregation, Carrie drops a Bible or psalm book from the second-story balcony mid-mass onto, the marble floor, and it hits with a giant thud and echoes throughout the church. The whole congregation turns around and looks up to see what all the ruckus is about, which is how Carrie blows her cover. Big sees her and he doesn't look really happy. After church, Carrie waits for Big and his mother to emerge out front, as she can't just pray and run. Her hidden agenda is obvious though, as she seems to feel no shame and just bubbly introduces herself to Big's mother, who, to Carrie's horror, shows no recognition of putting a name to a face. Carrie's expected or hoped or prayed that Big has at least been talking about her to the people around him, his network, and his mother. Really, it's kind of secondhand embarrassment. And when Carrie steals a private moment with Big and asks him why his mother hasn't even heard of her, he explains, "My mother doesn't need to meet another girlfriend." This naturally hurts Carrie very much, but it's also a very mature response to her stalking behavior. Big is handsome, rich, powerful. Carrie should know he's had a revolving door of women up to this point. I don't introduce just anyone to my family, even if we've been dating for months, which is the timeline Carrie reminds Mr. Big of in this scene. So we're told they've been dating for months, but we get no concrete amount of time how long they've actually been dating. Big explains to Carrie that he'll introduce her when he's sure. But to Carrie, finding out that Big's mother knows nothing about her is a sin. The biggest sin. Sacrilege. P.S., and I'm sure you know this, but again, we never see or hear anything about Carrie's parents, like, ever. And there are 6 seasons, 2 movies, and a reboot. So, whatevs. The girls go to a nightclub to meet Stanford, who's dating a perfume bottle designer. The event at the club is being thrown around. Carrie and Stanford discuss the upcoming Big and Carrie vacation, and she confesses her drama about the clueless mother. Miranda runs into Skipper at the club, who we can assume only went there to see Miranda. Now, at this point, they are broken up, but Skipper, always carrying a flame for Miranda, is pining over her, and there's no shortage of compliments that he's throwing her way, which are always nice to hear. And let's be honest, after Catholic guy, Miranda is just struck by memories of being with somebody who doesn't have to wash her stank off of them, 20 seconds after. The gals do a little bathroom time at the club to primp and pump Samantha about details regarding her first time with James. Sam is in complete shambles. She lets them know James is just way too small and her heart is broken. She's also struggling with these feelings as she thought she really loved him, but now, not so much. Miranda cracks me up with a joke. I have to kind of prepare myself sometimes for these because I have gone through my notes and I'm ready, and I just get a kick out of it. So Miranda cracks me up with a joke about a guy she dated who was the size of one of those miniature golf pencils. And she says, "I couldn't decide if he was trying to F me or erase me." Now, I laugh out loud every time, and I'm probably not delivering it like she does, but I love it. Charlotte leaves the club and her friends early to go to another psychic or mystic enchantress or voodoo queen or something. It's in the seedy part of town. Now, voodoo queen is more likely because when Charlotte asks this, psychic if Charlotte will ever get married, the woman does some chanting and sleight of hand and takes a raw egg and cracks it over a bowl, which reveals that it's yolkless. It doesn't have the yellow yolk inside of this egg. What does this mean? Charlotte asks, and she's told it means no yolk, you will never get married. She is cursed. But for $100, Mistress Madam No Yoke can reverse the curse. Charlotte is offended and embarrassed and leaves her session, deciding that she's not going to do this anymore. She just has to keep the faith and her dreams will come true. Complete with an eligible bachelor who isn't jaded about marriage or thrice divorced or... okay, wait, that's my own shiz. Sorry. I digress. Back at the nightclub, Miranda invites Skipper home and he quite confidently tells her he knew they would get back together as he's been praying for this to happen. Miranda is a little gun shy after Catholic guy and looks kind of repulsed by Skipper's statement, but then she reluctantly leads him out of the club to have their religious experience elsewhere, probably at her apartment. The next morning, Carrie is packed and dressed for her big vacation. His car is waiting downstairs and he's grabbing her luggage, but she tells him, stop, take a beat. She's losing her faith and she needs a sign, she says. She can live with him not telling his mother, not telling the world, but he's got to tell her. She wants him to say, of course, that she's the one, that she's not just a time filler in between his more meaningful relationships. Big says nothing. it's a long silence, and it's heartbreaking. You know, we're on this journey with Carrie, and she's experiencing a major letdown. And we've all done it. We ignore all the red flags, the signs, and we're crushed when we ask for the one sign the guy never showed signs of being able to sign. So Carrie skips the vacation and cries for a week. The season 1 Sex and the City finale ends with Carrie narrating that, you know, she actually does have faith in herself. Well, I should hope so, but that sentiment is a little convenient right after a breakup, don't you think? Hi, and that concludes this brief conclusion of SATC, Sex and the City, Season 1. If and only if you are interested in more videos like this, meaning next time I would recap and review Sex and the City Season 2, Episode 1, and then after that, Sex and the City Season 2, the finale, then let me know in the comments. Of course, subscribe and notification bell and like and share. Really, it's very helpful to know what's happening out there. I have a full-time job, so this is just a hobby. I do enjoy it, and I hope I can get better. And I guess knowing that you guys enjoy it, you know, we all get it. It's motivation. Keep on, you know, we want to hear it. So I hope I'll see you again. I'll talk to you soon.